Hi, welcome to Let's Talk Macarthur with Mark Turner, and this month with Bryn Robinson from Fitzpatrick Robinson Accounting Group and Business Advisory Services for our monthly bonus episode with FR Group. Hey, Bryn, how are you?
Well, thanks, Mark. How are you?
Yeah, extremely well, and very happy to be in the office. We were just talking off air a second ago, and
Very
I
happy to
think
be back in the office.
yeah, and there's a lot of people that are going to go through a few changes from what they've been used to over the last 3 and a bit months,
Definitely,
and
yeah.
then getting back into the office again. So I believe you've got a very timely subject for us on that.
Yes, obviously we're back into business. For those of us that couldn't be back in business for the last few months, 3 months is a long time to be out of the office. We're back our day-to-day life as well. We're back to schedules, we're back to socializing, we're back to face-to-face appointments, face-to-face interactions. 3 months out of that, it can be quite overwhelming to come back into that for a lot of people.
Yeah,
They
absolutely.
got used to their norm of being, stuck at home. And so, yeah, it's going to be an interesting time for business in the next few months, if not longer. I guess Rick and I have been talking a lot about how we're going to manage that in our business and how our team are going to manage that, how our clients are going to manage that. And I think, yeah, the overwhelm is in the next 3 months or so is going to be quite high for a lot of people. So what I guess I wanted to talk about today is, business owners and their teams, and a couple of just small things that kind of no-brainers, I guess, but also a timely reminder that we do need to focus on these things for ourselves and for our businesses so that we can proactively avoid that overwhelm.
Yeah, sounds good, because getting back to normal planning and scheduling, and leaving those gaps in your schedule too to deal with the unexpected, which you don't
Yes.
always get when you're dealing out of your
And the
home
travel that
office.
we weren't doing.
And the travel that we weren't doing, absolutely.
Yeah.
It took me 20 minutes yesterday to get from Harrington Park to Mount Anna, and it was
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Right back into it.
Yep.
Yeah. So I guess talking about, make sure you run the day, don't let the day run you.
Mm.
One thing that I learned from a coach that we had in our business years and years ago, and I've always applied it and I talk about it often, is basically applying the 4 Ds to run your day. And the 4 Ds are do, defer, delegate, and delete. So anything that comes through your inbox comes across your to-do list. I assess it with those 4 Ds. Basically, if it's something small and it can be gotten rid of in a couple of minutes, just do it. Get rid of it, get it done, move it on. If it's something that you need to schedule some time for, and you need to it's a project, or you need to spend an hour or half an hour, defer it. Put some time in your calendar, make an appointment. You can move it if you need to, you can shuffle it around, but defer it to a set time and then attack it at that time and spend the time that it needs on that particular task. Obviously, delegate anything that comes across your to-do list that's not for you. Don't waste your time doing something that somebody else really should be doing or is better at doing even.
Yep.
So delegate those things. And then we do, as business owners, we get a lot of things through our inbox that it might be an FYI, it might be just read this, just delete it. Read it and delete it. Or if it's not relevant to your day and it's not going to add any value to your day, delete it. It avoids overwhelm. It gets you through your to-do list without having big, long to-do lists. And it actually schedules things into your calendar, which is the best way to attack things.
Yeah, it's my favorite keyboard button is the delete button,
Delete.
and for that exact reason, with the amount of emails that we get through. So
That's
I
right.
actually do that. You either deal with it at the time, or set aside some time for it. But yeah, delete is.
Yeah.
You got to be
Don't let
careful though,
yourself get
because
distracted because you can lose a lot of time.
yeah, absolutely, you got to be careful though, because if I'm checking my emails on my phone when I'm out and about, sometimes you can get a little delete happy. And
Yes.
then you realize you deleted something that you probably shouldn't have. So
Yes,
you
you
got
got
to
to
go
try and
drag
get
it
that
back.
back.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in our business advisory offering, a part of our business, what we look at is what small changes we can make to certain areas of the business that might have a big impact on the bottom line. And very small changes can have a flow-on effect to have a really big impact on the bottom line. For example, small increases in conversion rates or average dollar sales or profit margins can have a really big impact on the bottom line. So what we're focusing on at the moment is the same analogy, but with your time.
Right.
So we want to proactively avoid the overwhelm in the business and in our team and in ourselves. So it's a project that we've taken on as well as our business advisory coaching clients at the moment. We've assigned this project to all of them and we're working through it with them. But it's a great time to reflect on what you're doing every day. So where's your time going in your business? What tasks have you got on your list that you do day in, day out, or weekly or monthly? And we're breaking those tasks down into 3 different categories, similarly to the 4 Ds, but we're looking at what's urgent, what's the most important, what has to be done, what do we have to do every day, every week, every month. The not important stuff, the not urgent stuff, but it's still important. There's a lot of things that you're doing in your day that they're very important, but they're not urgent. Obviously, we want to get that urgent, most important stuff scheduled in the morning. We all know this, but it's very easy to come in and put it off and put it off and put it off. So we're proactively scheduling our morning to do that stuff. And then there's the delete again, the not important stuff that you could skip. It's not, it's not imperative to the running of the business, and you could skip it, you could leave it till later. It's usually the easier things to do that fit into that category. So it's easy to get stuck spending all your time there. Then you miss out on the other more important things, and that's when the overwhelm kicks in and generally people freeze. So I think actually writing this stuff down, thinking about your role in your business and your team's roles and getting them to think about what they do in the business, write it down. And then look at it every morning and just stick to it. I think it's simple stuff, but it's just a timely reminder that we do need to focus on our time and where it goes.
It's the old parable of kiss the frog. So you've heard that. It's the same thing.
Yep.
So you've got your to-do list. Some people like to look busy getting all the little things, and they're ticking a lot of things off their list, but they are unimportant or not time urgent.
That's right.
But they leave the frog. So the frog is your biggest, ugliest thing that you've got to get done for the day. So kiss the frog early, get it done, and then you can enjoy the rest of your day.
And how good do you feel halfway through the morning when you've already done that task and it's achieved and it's done, and you can spend the rest of the day just ticking off all the other things.
100%.
Yeah, you just got to come in with that mind frame and that mindset in the morning. But it's a project that I think all business owners and their teams would really benefit from doing at the moment.
Yeah, 100%. No, that's good advice.
Yeah.
Very, very
and I
good
guess
advice.
what we're trying to achieve is if we can improve all of these areas just by 1% per week, that's a huge improvement over the course of 1 year.
Yeah.
So think about how you can improve it. Think about what you can do better. Think about where you can save time. And that's obviously where the technology comes in. The technology piece doesn't happen overnight, but if you can identify areas in your business or areas in your day that you think you could do better, you could improve, you could automate, you could do quicker, that's where we can come in to help you do that.
Yeah, that's really good. And connection to yourself and Rick through the FR Group website. What's the website address?
So fraccounting.com.au.
Yep. And do you have a separate section on there for business advisory?
We do. We have a section just on business advisory and on innovation. Both areas are really important to the running of our business and the business of our clients. So
yeah, fantastic.
Yeah. So we would love to have a coffee with anyone who wants to talk to us about their business and how they can improve it.
Now that we can have coffees.
Now that we can have coffees
together. So my plan is I've actually recorded our very first bonus episode with Troy Nicholson last week. It's going to air this Friday in person. So we did a location shot.
I was going to say next month we could do face-to-face.
So next month we might come and see you in new offices, Bryn, and
fantastic.
and have a face-to-face chat, which will be really, really awesome.
Great.
Until then, enjoy the next few weeks.
You too, Mark.
Hopefully the weather holds up for this weekend, because it was absolutely sensational yesterday. It looks pretty good out there today.
It's nice out there today too. Yeah.
Yeah. So don't get stuck in the office for too long, everybody. Make sure you still get that fresh air and sunshine, and have a great week.
You too. Thanks a lot, Mark.
Thanks, Bryn.